Hello, buddy. Welcome to episode 100 of Cow Daily. How he's doing? Better than I am, I hope. I'm not well, like still, but if you put a heat wave and you put how I'm feeling together, what you'll get is a knackered lad, and that's exactly what I am. But I tell you what it is. If you think I was going to miss episode 100 because it had to be today, you've got another thing coming. So here we are. We'll do a solid 20, 25 minutes victory lap, and then I'm back to my sick bed. And I've got a pack as well because it's summer, so we're going on the road. Timing, fantastic. 2 seconds. Time on a tradition while we all get settled. I think it's time for Big Ravi. This is how I haven't got me headphones in. 2 seconds, man. Ravi's playing. Never lets me down, does he? Well, we want to ask you, right? It's not going to be a regular show. It's episode 100. Please tell us what Cow Daily means to you and why in the comments. I want to get as many of them as a historical record as possible, because there wouldn't have been one episode, never mind 100, without yous, and you know exactly what I mean. Obviously ill health and all of the things that came along with that for me. Without the support of yous, just wouldn't be doing it. I don't know I just don't know. I do not want to even contemplate what that would have been like, because it was kind of bad anyway, before we started the Cow Daily, and it's been stop-start the whole way, but we got here and it's episode 100, and I kind of bloody believe it. I didn't even know last night. I was just doing some admin, and then I was scrolling through a list of the episodes, and it said look at 99, and I was like, oh no way, tomorrow's number 100. Crazy like a fox. But good news. So yeah, good things have occurred, and it's all thanks to yous. Check this. Bink. That's right, 4,077 of 4,000 public watch hours. We did it. Well, we've applied for it anyway. They've got to manually look at the channel. If you're looking, Mr. YouTube, we're nearly bother. We're sound. Don't worry about it. We'll work very hard to make you and us money and all the good things. So we've hit all 4 things, which is over 1,000 subscribers, over 4,000 watch hours, 2-step verification, and followed the community guidelines, which is class. Only active community guideline strikes prevent you from applying. Warnings: expired community guideline strikes and copyright strikes do not impact your eligibility. Class. Honestly, man, it's been one of the hardest things ever, and it's not just about 2 seconds, I'll get rid of Ravi. It's not just about hitting numbers and stuff. I've realized that where my level of confidence was actually at, amongst the illness and whatever, and the brain fog before we started this, and also a lot of stuff that had been going on in my life that was linked to this. I had to push through a hell of a lot of anxiety and distress and feelings of being judged and all of that to get to this point. And I've never ever wanted to be on camera. I never ever wanted in the first instance to speak into a microphone, but it just seems to be one of those things where I was getting raged up about the state of independent media, and I was just like, we've got to do it ourselves. So that's what we're doing. And it's been one of the biggest achievements in my life just to do this. And I've achieved a lot of things, right? But it's because of the distance traveled and how far that I've come in terms of me health. I mean, when we start, I was on 5% or less energy, man. I was on death's door, and that's happened a few times. I mean, this is what I'm feeling today. I'm just ill. I mean, I'll bounce back, and that's fine. I'll get a good night's sleep or 12. But we did it. And as I say, if yous hadn't been popping up every day, supportive, being patient with us while I learn on the job, honestly, man, the amount of stuff I've had to learn that isn't really my wheelhouse. I mean, I can talk, right? But I've never been an editor. I've never been able to makes things sound good. I've never sat and tried, to be fair, but now I am. Now I could do this for anybody. And outside of it, like how I am, like I'm being offered things to help other people and paid stuff, and none of that would be happening without you turning up at all, at all. And I'll never stop being grateful. And I swear to God, if we get, well, when we get to 100,000 subscribers and we get that plaque, every single one of yous, if you listen to this on the playback or whatever, if you've watched the video, whatever, there'll be a piece of yous in that. And I swear to God, I will work as hard as I possibly can to achieve that goal. And not because it's numbers or some mad plaque. What it'll mean is the truth, evidence truth, will have found its way. And this show will be a conduit for it. And I tell you what, how pleasing is it for her to see all of this like Labour stuff all over the place with the donors that have been getting whatever stuff we've been talking about for over a year. And I think it's validating for the work, but it's also just validating for the community, because it all springs up via the needs of the community, and the people who have been left behind will not be left behind. We will make it so. The show yesterday, just saying like things happening in the field of the filtration systems and things of that nature, man. It's just a belter, in it. I'm just going to check my audio's on. It is. Thank you, my gods. And I'm just so happy to see this happening. Things are moving. Maybe it's not at the pace we might like, but they're moving. And we can definitely say, all of us, that we played a part in these things and drawn light to it. And I just think it's belter. So this morning, before this, I applied to the YouTube partner program. It'll not be very much at first, but I tell you what, it'll come in handy. Bit of shopping and all that, won't it? And it all mounts up, and it all adds up. And it's another bit of money coming in for us, which, you know, I've said before on many occasions. I had the spinal surgery. Obviously, self-employment club, the first rule of it is to have a bit of money behind you. Had a little bit behind us. And then obviously went straight into the whole long COVID and shingles thing. Not long after that, not being able to run events because of lockdowns and things, which is a way to make money for me, and absolutely skint as a skin thing. So it's just nice that there's another means to bring money in, because as you've seen, I've been turning up and doing this for nout. And it's just going to be like, basically, well, I've had a plan for, let's call it level 2, for a while, and we're here. I mean, obviously subject to approval from the YouTube gods. So I was reading through it this morning, and I'm really excited about what we do next. About how, because look, we haven't been tailoring the content for YouTube. They want like average 8-minute long videos so they can embed ads. We're going to start doing them. But what this has been about is coming out of a very dark place for me and doing what I can do. So it's been long form content, like up to an hour long, which is just not the thing to do if you want to monetize a channel. At least not quickly. We've done basically the opposite, but the information as well has needed that space to breathe. There's definitely a place for long form content, but I acknowledge 1-minute long videos and 8-minute long videos are in the post, because I've worked out in that level 2 and a bit more advanced editing, like how to do these things and maximize these things with SEO. So I'm looking forward to level 2, but I'm just happy that level 1 was done, and it's been about progress, confidence building, improving mental and physical health, and having a place to rail against the world and the frustrations, but doing it in a positive way with evidence always as our guide. And you know what? It works. I think sometimes people misunderstand the nature of influence and what that means, or influencers and all that shit. I've actually been called that before, and I cringed. But all of us together are the influence. This place is a conduit for that. And Cow Daily is not a thing without yous. And that's not some bullshit, man. That people say. fucking mean that, like 10 minutes. YouTube, if you're like looking at this video manually, 10 minutes. That's how much self-discipline I've got. Your average videos last 8 minutes. This is a free go. Ha! Class though, eh? Just another little tick in the box, because I swear to God, like when I was like ill in bed for a year, both times, I never ever thought would get to the day. And I'll be honest with you, it was mad when I filled out the thing. I had a little tear. I don't know where the hell that come from. But my partner knows though. She's been amazing, man. And without her, there's no this. And you know, I'm looking forward to pushing on and treating her and just having a normal life. Well, as normal as doing this can be. Not really normal at all, but to be honest, she probably wouldn't be with somebody like, well, I know for a fact she wouldn't be with somebody like me if she was just down with boring. Because it's never boring. There's something every week, and there's probably 75, 80% of it that I can't even tell you is on here. But honestly, to go up against some of the worst people in the world, it's never easy. It's never going to be easy. And like, look, I had to get my mental and physical health right for level 2, because we're going to level 2. It's going to attract more everything, more good, more bad, and more everything in between. And you have to have your head on straight for that, man. And pretty much do. And I just can't believe it. It's been a right emotional one for us, man. No, it's funny though, right? I woke up this morning, last night I was like, refresh. What's the watch hours doing? And I woke up this morning thinking, oh, you know, it'll just be like over 4,000 in the morning. 3,995. When I woke up, I just burst out laughing because like I'm being played with. If this goes backwards, I'm going to go Raj. But we did it a couple of hours ago. So nice one. And honestly, man, everybody's been playing the videos and helping us to get there and just pitching in and sharing. And I'll never, ever forget that. And I'll never forget use people now, the OGs, because the bigger this gets, yous are built into the fucking fabric of this, man. Yous are the foundation, man. Alongside me and Equality. We did this together and it's fucking lush. You know, we've all been let down by people in life, and I'm no different than that. But he's restored me faith in humans, and I swear there's an extra layer of gratitude there, because reasons that I didn't really want to talk about on here. But you know, just now I'm grateful there. So throat's still a bit done in, but we march on, and I'll get some sleep over the weekend, and we're good. So what we got? Susie Dent at Susie_Dent. Word of the day is latibulate, a 17th century word to hide in the corner and attempt to escape reality. Somebody's put, okay, well, we'll bring that back. Obviously, now why have I put this here? Well, we've done this within a context of the worst possible time to be talking about news or anything like that. This from the Dorset Eye, dorseteye.com. Big up Jace and Debs who run it. Nice people. New report reveals how Facebook is killing online news coverage by the Dorset Eye. What's this report, you say? So according to a global study conducted by Oxford University's Reuters Institute, there's been a significant decrease in the number of people who show strong interest in the news over the past 6 years. The report indicates that 48% of individuals worldwide are now very or extremely interested in news, compared to 63% in 2017. In the United Kingdom, the proportion is even lower than the global average, with only 43% of people showing a high level of interest in the news. The study revealed that more than a third of individuals, 36% globally, sometimes or often actively avoid consuming news. There's more data that I'm going to pull up there, but that's bloody interesting, isn't it? We're basically doing long-form content on a platform that likes short-form content during a time where everybody's sipping cocktails on the Titanic and trying to avoid everything. And whenever we put it in front of them, well, not whenever, but quite a large proportion of the time, there's a quite a violent reaction. So it's been tough. Like, it's been tough to just like knuckle up and just be like, right, I'm gonna keep going with this, because there's been times, man, geez, people wouldn't dream of talking to you like that face to face. Well, it's never really happened to me that much. And that's one of the things over the years I've struggled with. And during this period, I've like really tried to prepare myself for level 2 because it's gonna come rough style with the plans we've got, because we're really going for this now, man. What I want to do is get it up to 100,000 subscribers, and I want to reinstate the Milk the Cow Fund. In the past, we've used events to do it. I want to use some of the YouTube money for that. I want to put a few thousand away, and I want to fund EMDR therapy for people with PTSD. Did that for a few people in the past, and yeah, I mean, I don't want to do detail, don't need to, but I'm intensely proud of that, and I know that it really changed people's lives. And I mean, again, that was during a time where there wasn't even that much coming in. If you looked as a proportion of income, it was quite a bit of the income that could have been spent on talk, but instead it was spent on people's mental health, because I believe we are those kind of people. This community is all about that, and I want to demonstrate a new model that we can do via this type of stuff, where, look, nobody needs I don't need a load of cash. All I need is everything I need, a little bit more. I'd like to buy a house for my retirement and have a retirement plan. That's about it. I've spent a lot of my time in life throughout my entire career and all the things I've done trying to help others, and I've realized, like, with the illness and whatever, that's got to be balanced with helping yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup, as they say. And I think I've nailed that, and I honestly think I thought I never would. So that's that's down to use in a lot of ways, because there's quite a few years where if you see is like doing too much, you'll say, look, this can all wait, get your health right. And that's amazing, man. Do you know what I mean? He's on treating us like some kind of performance seal. It's like he's actually care about me as a human being. And I see that, like, I'm grateful, you know, properly. Anyway, T. Sorry, there was no Ravi for you there, people on the audio, but what you gonna do? So anyway, we'll hear more from this report, shall we? So anyway, as I say, it's in the Dorset Eye. So the researchers behind the report noted that audiences are increasingly avoiding important news stories such as the war in Ukraine and the cost of living crisis, as they try to protect their mental health and reduce exposure to depressing news. I'd like to think that would make depressing stuff, I don't want to say fun, but we'll have a laugh while we're doing it. And there's a lot to be said for gallows humor, but we're really trying hard, as I say, to put a bit of positivity into the world as well. So I think we'll get the balance all right. You let us know, because we want to make this the best thing we can, and we want to get more and more people involved, because the top and bottom of it is this: we're trying to fly the flag for the truth in a time of utter deceit, and that's really hard. And it's really hard when people are just ignoring it, in the sense of, like, as you see on the screen there, like, for their own mental health. What I'd suggest is, though, facing it's going to be better for your long-term mental health, because now's a time where we can actually do stuff about it, but the window is closing, and without being all TikTok, get involved, because that's anxiety provoking. It's just a fact that this is our home, this is our planet, and if we don't do stuff now, I mean, this is my contribution and other things that I do to trying to change that, because I believe if people want to call you an influencer, then let's influence in a positive way. So I want to try and develop a new model, as I say, with the whole YouTube thing, and push that on and use a good percentage of that money to fund therapy or things people need, whilst obviously not selling myself short like I've done in the past. Yeah, that's the plan, and I cannot wait, really. I'm not waiting, we're doing this. So anyway, the report goes on. The Digital News Report 2023 further highlighted the continued decline of traditional TV and print news media. Additionally, it found that online consumers are accessing news less frequently than before, and are showing a diminishing level of interest. Trusted news has also seen a slight decline, with 40% of respondents stating that they trust most news most of the time, down 2 percentage points from the previous year. I'm honestly surprised it's that much, and I think that's a bit of copium with people, because, I mean, I don't trust the mainstream media at all. And do you know what it is? Thank you for trusting this. And you can. And I don't say that lightly. You can. And it gives us great pride to be able to say that you can, because I was brought up properly by proper people. I was brought up to carry myself properly. And I hope, and in fact, I'm living up to that. And that gives us a great sense of pride. And it's not easy to do that. It's not been easy the past few years doing that, but I'm never going to let them down. I'm not going to put myself out there and make myself look like a total mug and besmirch the family name. So nice. I feel happy about it, man. Anyway, the report goes on. Although Facebook remains the most important social media platform for news, its popularity has been declining over the long term. That's great when that's our largest platform. Its popularity has been declining over the long term. The number of people accessing news on Facebook each week has dropped from 42% to 28% over the past 7 years. Facebook has also reduced the prominence of news in its news feed, with less than 3% of the feed now consisting of traditional news stories. This change has had negative consequences for organizations that relied on Facebook for traffic. Hello, that'll be us. So you've seen there, the report proves what we've been saying for a long time. It's not just about people not looking, it's about Facebook throttling people like us and our content just not being seen. I mean, there's 65,000 people follow on Facebook, right? And 3% of those people see our work. So if you want to help us grow this, what we'd like to do is, and I understand people are finding it hard to share things because it can be contentious and whatever. But as I say, we've still got a chance of turning this round, but it's just like, because you tune in a lot, most of you listening or watching this. It's time we stop licking our wounds and push on, because we don't have much time, and that's just a fucking fact. And I'm trying to sugarcoat this, and I can't. We don't have much time left, man. And it's one of the reasons why I've decided to do this and put myself through all this friggin' stress again, because we can't give up, can we? At all. And I'm not. And I hope you won't either. And I have a funny feeling that I'm right. So anyway, in contrast, social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram have witnessed an increase in news consumption. TikTok has become the fastest growing social network in terms of news usage, with 1/5, 20% of 18 to 24-year-olds using it as a news source, up from 15% the previous year. However, news on TikTok is primarily sourced from celebrities, influencers, and ordinary creators rather than mainstream news outlets or journalists. So we will be doing more there. We'll have a TikTok account. It's linked in the description if you want to follow her and that kind of stuff. But as I say, hopefully a bit more energy now and a bit more extra 1 minute and 8 minute stuff, as well as the long form. One of the good things about being monetized on YouTube now is we can start running more live streams. Plan is when I'm settled after the road trip, to start doing an evening one as well, simply because it'll bring more revenue in, and we can start channeling that into fooding the belly and heating the radiators. And then after that, any decent surplus, Milk the Cow EMDR fund back again. Got to be done. Got to be done. Because I think people are like, do you know what I'd like to do? I was talking to Jules about like how people in the NHS have got PTSD. I'd like to open it up to them. Maybe it'll be targeted towards those people or key workers who worked throughout the pandemic. We're not going to be able to cover everybody, but if we can cover a few, because it's an absolute national disgrace that people have been left to just rot with post-traumatic stress disorder. And let's face it, if you're working in them hospitals or whatever, it's going to be. It's how it's going to go, isn't it? So that's the one. Rasmus Nielsen, the director of the Reuters Institute, noted that younger generations are moving away from traditional news discovery methods and gravitating towards personality-based, participatory, personalized options provided by social media. Nielsen emphasized that younger audiences have little interest in conventional news offers that cater to the older generation's habits, interests, and values. And that's why I believe the children are our future. Teach them well. It is, though, isn't it? I mean, we've got to take great heart at how switched on young people are. They've rejected all that mainstream crap, and they're doing it themselves, quite a lot of them. I mean, you know, there's been people on TikTok where we've never even heard of who are just smashing it. Um, and I'm intensely proud of a lot of young people because they don't have the baggage some of the older age groups have, mine included, and they're not susceptible to propaganda from the likes of GB News and others. They just laugh at it because they know how to use a computer themselves in the research and go, that's bullshit. These are our people, so we're going to be doing a wider array. And as soon as we've got a bit of money in, we'll be looking for editors and things like that because I cannot do this myself. It's burning me out, man. I get to a certain point in the day and I'm just spent because every morning, right, I get up like before the sun, walk the dog, get in, write the show, do the show, edit the show, make the artwork, promote the show. I'm just rinsed, absolutely rinsed. So I'm going to keep doing a bit more. And obviously as well, I've got other work I do, like freelance work. So I'm doing that. And I've got to manage time for that. So it's a balance. But what a belter though. Here we are. Let's see some comments. Let's have a look. I'm going to scroll as far back as I can because there's loads. Nice one. Leon's in 100. Indeed. Zoe's in with the celebration emojis. Nice. Leon's in. Glad to be here with you. Thanks for all the hard work. We're all on celebrating 200, 300, and many, many more. Defo, mate. And thank you for being here, man. Zoe's saying, massive congratulations on 100 shows. Things would be a lot different without Milk in Our Lives. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mike. You've helped folk more than you know. Means a hell of a lot to us, you know. It really does. I'm so grateful for like everything that you have done for me as well. It's a two-way street, trust me. Leon says, couldn't agree more. The community here is a reflection of you. You've done a great job making it incredible. It's a mirror image. Trust me, it goes both ways. It's a reciprocal thing. And I mean that, man. This isn't some fucking influencer bullshit. Fuck all that. I'm just so grateful for his being here, man. I'm also grateful for this tea. So give us 2 seconds. I'm trying to get a bit of honey in there, sort the throat out, you know, like a mastinger. Bob Grady, what a lovely lad he is. 100 shows, congratulations. Cheers, Bob. James is in. Luke is in. My guy, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's some kind of code word for bumming. Don't know. Good morning, Jez. Nice to see you, my friend. B62 Boom 100 shows, top work, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you for all your positive energy. The brothers. Congratulations on 100, says Monsieur Grady. Nice. Carlos, nice to see you. Well done, sir. Keep you with good health. Well, looking after the health also. Got to be done, mate. Balance is the one. One Crofter, nice to see you. Sticking on the road for the right reasons. Congratulations. Got everything we do has got to be authentic. I mean, look, easiest thing in the world would have been this, right? Sit down and do some 5-minute rant about Andrew Tate because it's being searched all the time. And then just got the monetization and that. Bollocks. We've done this, you and I, together, all over, on our terms. And we'll go forward on our terms too, whilst maximizing the revenue so we can like fund jobs, fund therapy, and do good things. I mean, we don't have to play the game, you know. We'll play our game like we always have. And you know what it is? We're usually right. So we know that this community is authentic and we're right. JC, no, not that one. More Noel, nice to see you, pal. Bob's saying awesome news about possible monetization. It is, mate. I am really happy and thank you to everybody who contributed. Defo, man. It's been a massive thing for us to just, it's not about the money. It's just like feeling wrapped up by people like who actually care and have been running the videos, man. Tuning in and just being positive. It's a big thing. So anyway, good morning, Michael Dines. Good morning, Mr. C and all the milkers. Much love. Lizzie F, 100. Nice. Jez Hunt says, Cow Daily means I get to hear from good people and realize other folks think similar things to me and feel less like I'm on an island of rationality in a mad world. That's lush, man. I really love the fact that you keep popping up, and obviously we've known each other for a hell of a long time. And it's just brilliant to see the man that you are and your brother as well. It gives me so much hope, man. Thank you. So, Boz Carter, nice. I followed you forever on Facebook and started watching Cow Daily when your message for hours viewed went out. I'm hooked, saving me from yelling obscenities at the TV. Beautiful thing, Boz, that. And welcome at the back end of level 1, going into level 2. We're going to push forward, mate. I appreciate your kindness and everything. Just following and just generally being about, man. It's really appreciated. So he's saying things will be a lot different out here, Mike. Thank you for the bottom of my heart, mate. Honestly, when the filters news come through, just the fact that there's guidance now is, I was thinking of you, thinking of others as well, and it's always been on my mind. I mean, I was buzzing. I don't know, like how you must feel. We're plotting that jailbreak, mate, and we'll give you the key to let everybody out there. Right, so I'll just scroll through. You've put in the hours, dude. I have, mate, but so have you. You've been here. Michael's saying, MDT provides me with sanctuary. It's a great community for someone who lives on his own and shares your own values. Lived on my own in the past as well, Michael, and I understand, like, I do. I feel quite lonely sometimes in a room full of people, so I understand that one as well. But just know you've always got a place here, pal, and you're never alone, aye. Emily Faulkner, looking good for England to join in with your celebration for 100 with a century as they're already past 50. Cricket shit. I don't know if you, that's not directed at you. We just had this laugh a couple of years ago on the Facebook page about cricket. Oi, oi, Glasgow. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, my friend. Happy 100th episode. Cheers, pal. Very much appreciated. Duncan saying, missed the start, but had to get to you to say happy 100, boss man. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Definitely, man. Oh, man. Throat's starting to pack in, but we'll get through as many of these as we can. I want to get them, like, as many as we can recorded here. So we'll always look back when we've got 100,000 subscribers and go, remember episode 100? But never know, we might pull some clips. Like, remember that janky bed when we've got some mad set and that, you know what I mean? But I swear to God, we're gonna do it. We're gonna speak it into existence. Literally, we're gonna do it. If we all get behind it and do it, we'll do it. And it'll be intensely. Can you imagine what we can do when it's 100,000 and we're going for people going, get them fucking filters in and fucking, you know what I mean? Because it spreads that way. That's the way this shit works. I've been doing this long enough to know how it works. That's what this is, man. I'm just your mouthpiece, man. I mean, I'm my own mouthpiece alongside that as well. It's 50-50, but definitely it's a 50-50. Do not think this is all me. I wouldn't be here without you, man. Glasgow saying, to be fair, the news is nothing but shock porn, really. They kind of wait for somebody to get stabbed to roll out 24/7 coverage. 24-hour news ruined it. Well, one element is too wide it's ruined. I agree. Right, let's go forward to see what's happening. Oh, house price is about to drop. Lush. It was in the post, like, and to be honest, I think the need to. I mean, it's obviously not a sustainable thing. The government's going to have to do something about that, though. So, what else we got? Glasgow saying, nice to not miss as many with the evening streams. I just want to bring them in as well. And one of the reasons is like, as I say, it'll bring in more revenue because more people are available. And now that there's monetization in there, I can justify doing it and getting away from my family and that to do it because that's family time at night. And I'm very big on that. Like, I want to make sure I'm like, I just want to make sure that I'm being a good partner, you know, and a good dog botherer. Good dog nonce. Got to be a good dog nonce. Carlos saying, I'm on and off this podcast day, so this comment will be late. Without doubt, regarding the observation of Facebook delivering throttling access and viewing availability, this is 100% correct. I'm also a victim of this, as are numerous others I know and follow. And I've tested this out. It's cowardly, surreptitious, insidious censorship. It's no bad thing. People are distrusting and gravitating away from the client, mainstream tabloid trash and state broadcaster. Sadly, far too many from being certain. This is on Facebook right now. We're broadcasting. So Facebook AI algorithm, listen to Carlos and do something about it. There's an absolute gap in the market for Facebook to start like giving more organic reach back because watch what happens. You'll onboard a lot of people. Gareth McDonald, nice to see you, pal. New name. Your 100th, my second. I'm late as per usual, and holy shit, my meme dealer Glasgow's on YouTube. Meme dealer. Nice to see you, pal. Really nice to see you. And I hope you're with over 100,000 more. Right. Glasgow is all of our meme dealer, says Leon. Indeed. Slaz, I'll read sorry for my late arrival. Topping on 100 whoop whoop. Nice to see you, pal. And another lad who I've known a very, very long time as well. So it's always a beautiful feeling to see some old school as well. Right. I'm just going to slide on through your conversations. Right. That's what we got, man. Appreciate yous. Want to get as many of them in as possible. If yous are there on the lurk, get some in now. I want to get them on. I wanted this show to be as much about yous and the community here as it possibly can be. While you're doing that, though, I do have a couple that I pulled up from the page. Ask people what were like your favourite moments from Cow Dailies. Jai Mungus, lovely lads. You might remember him from the King's Coronation one. He's quoted something I said. I don't know, maybe I'll reach over here and put my man from Del Monte in on sat on. I cannot remember that episode, right, at all. But if you could let us know, I might make like a sort of clips thing and then play out a show with it in the future, because I'm sure there's some belters. Stephen Charlton saying, Charla, well done, brother. I've an idea of the graft you put in. It's certainly much appreciated by me. Fully intent to listen and get involved more often. Honestly, it's no exaggeration to say definitely aided my recovery, especially when I was in hospital. Gave me something different to think about. Keep it up. Mate, I fucking honestly appreciate that more than you know. It's I've seen how unwell you've been. Also, stay off bikes. You might not know, Charla came off a bike and he's recovering from the hospital and he's cracked a rib. You dafty. But it's very on brand for you, Charla. But like, another great lad, and I'm absolutely honoured that like during one of your darkest moments that this provided a bit of light. So big up, man. Absolutely big up yourself. Yvonne's here. Another old schooler. Congratulations on a day over 99. Add some monkey's blood with the ice cream. I will, mate. And thank you for all your support and help over the years. It's very much appreciated. Julia Hammond Telford saying, woohoo, Alice's face as you described the bleeding in France last summer will stay with me for a long time with so much great, honest content. Well done. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. She goes on to say, sorry, I couldn't resist. And it was also one of the most descriptive examples of the change in climate I've heard. So well done for the honesty. I remember that. Because it's described something that happened. Just while we're on that, as I say, I'm going on the road with my partner and our two dogs now. We actually got Scrappy's ashes yesterday, the day before yesterday. I'm going to take him with her as well. So we're going to be traveling with an urn. Hope we don't get pulled over by the busies and I think it's an urn full of beak or something. Go on and do a line. Prove it. I'm not doing a line of Scrappy. Are you mad? But yeah, we're going on the move again. So one of the reasons is it's one of the things I do outside of this. I'm going to be working on a couple of stories and one of them on migration and things like that. One of these days I might share them, but do you know what it is? I quite like keeping things separate, not just for me, but also it's a security thing, you know. But one day we'll amalgamate and you'll understand like what it is I do outside of this. And you know, I was getting some grief off somebody yesterday who shall remain nameless. I was like, what have you done? What have I done? And I was like, I wish I could just make you look like a prize mug here. What are you doing to improve the world? Honestly, it's so frustrating when that happens because I just want to go, shut up, but can't. Appreciate you all. Cow Daily is as much about you as it is about me, and it isn't some fucking bullshit. That's fucking heartfelt, man. And as I say, this isn't the end, like the end. It's just the beginning, isn't it? Level 2 coming at you, right, Cleopatra, and what an absolute belter! I cannot wait for this next phase. I just cannot wait to do. You know what it is? We'll save it for the next show. There's so many things I could say about what we're going to do or what we plan to do, but let's not. Yeah, I'm just going to get myself off on one. We'll leave it with this. In the time on a tradition of Cow Daily, something a bit wrong. Gareth saying, "Oh Jesus, don't mention Ernst for fuck's sake. I've spent the past few days making what would you do with Zash's puns. I definitely have a line of that." And on that bombshell, this is definitely the time to leave it. See you, Thatcher.